Hello. Hey, D. You are early. Hey, Mari. You are absolutely early. Hey, Quandary over on the Twitch. Not gonna hold you guys. I am quickly falling in love with Twitch. Like listen. Hey, Cat. The Twitch stream has been on fire lately, and not gonna hold you. Quickly falling in love with Twitch. Okay. Guys, as we get in, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart. It's only one coin. It'll boost the live, push us out to the FYP. We are getting started here. This is Late Nights with Santana. This is the panel discussion where everyone in the world is welcome. And when I say everyone in the world, I absolutely mean everyone in the world. This week, we are going to talk about a topic that we hoped to actually speak about last week, but we didn't get an opportunity to. But it's the quote unquote State of the Union. And there's just so much happening inside and outside of the US. And I think it's an opportunity for us to address all of those crazy things that are going on. And we're going to talk about the current global status, which a week later, it's escalated even more. We're going to talk about the dysfunctional home front. There's a lot happening here in the US. We're going to talk about electoral politics, midterms, presidential election. And then last but not least, we're going to talk about what is next. And when I say what is next, I absolutely mean how do we shape our future? So if you are interested in joining the conversation, go ahead and request up. We're going to start bringing people in just a moment. Like I said, this is a panel discussion where everyone is welcome. It does not matter as far as your political affiliation, whether you do vote, you don't vote, whatever the case may be, everyone is welcome. So keep tapping the screen, share the live. I have the daily gift goal set as the little love you very much. If we can knock those out, keep knocking the daily gift goal out a couple of times. That'll help boost the live, push it out to the FYP. Also send your daily heart me. That will help boost the live as well. For people that are watching from YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, I have dropped the link. I have it on the pin message. If you are interested in joining the conversation from one of those platforms, click that link and it will bring you up. Yes, you can talk to people that are across platforms and you can join the conversation no matter where you are. But with that being said, we have to get started the right way.
Yeah, this ain't your regular panel. Nah, we speak the truth. Late Nights with Santana and Mama Jones watching. Better keep it clean. Let's go! Late Nights Truth in the Convo. Everybody get a seat at the table. From the block to the books, we mindful. No screaming, just dreams and the Bible. One mic, one voice, we build bridges from the heart of the hood to the world's big issues. Politics, pay, different cultures. But the real ones listen before they rebuttal. Late Nights with Santana. Yeah, Mama Jones watching, so keep it grown. Ain't about flexing, this is purpose zone. Santana hold it steady when it might get hot. But we ain't here to fight, we here to connect the dots. Yeah, Late Nights with Santana. You already knew. Late Nights with Santana. Late nights, no static. No highlight reel, just the soul's reflection. No shade throwing, just connection.
Hello, hey nerdy.
To deep reflections, we turn
Tech.
hard talks.
What up, Tech?
They say they run the game. We build
Tech, I really hope that you come up
hill,
tonight.
uplift, and break the old.
Really, I genuinely mean that.
By fear,
I really hope that you come up tonight.
Yeah, weekly topics.
Reapers, what's happening over on Twitch?
No judgment, just motion. Real ones.
Who do we have over on the YouTubes?
Mama Jones still watching, no front.
Hey Lonnie.
Yeah.
Hey Susan. What's going on?
You already knew. Late Nights with Santana. Late nights, no static. Yeah. Mama Jones watching, so keep it grown. Ain't about flexing, this is a purpose zone. Santana hold it steady when it might get hot. But we ain't here to fight, we here to connect the dots. Mama Jones watching, so keep it grown. Ain't about flexing, this is a purpose zone. Santana hold it steady when it might get hot. But we ain't here to fight, we here to connect the dots. Weekly topics, hearts wide open. No judgment.
Jessica, tell Wade I said, what up? Wade, I hope you enjoyed the stream tonight, Wade. It's gonna be really good. It's gonna be amazing. Lock in, tap in with me, Wade. It's gonna be a great stream. Guys, welcome in. This is Late Nights with Santana. This is a panel discussion, and every single person is welcome on this panel discussion. So if you are interested in joining the conversation, make sure you get up here. We are bringing people in, and once we start bringing people in, please remember to mute yourself. We're going to try to actually get as many people in, and we're going to try to make sure that we rotate people in and out as much as possible. But if you are interested in joining the conversation, then go ahead and request up. We're talking about the State of the Union. And when I say the Union, I'm not just talking about the US, I'm talking about the entire country. We're talking about the current global status. We're talking about the dysfunctional home front that we have. We're talking about electoral politics. And last but not least, we will be talking about a solution. We will be talking about how do we fix this floating rock. So if you're interested in joining the conversation, go ahead and request up. We're going to get people up here. But in the meantime, in between time, if you are someone that's watching, tap the screen, all right? Tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart. It's only one coin. It'll boost the live, push us out to the left, FYP. Also, make sure that you are knocking out the daily gift goal. Right now, it's a little pink heart puffs. So please, knock those out. That'll help as well. And I would be remiss if I didn't say Happy International Women's Day. Each and every one of you, Happy International Women's Day. So I'm going to go ahead and start bringing people in, and we're going to get this conversation started. We have Tess over on YouTube, so I'm going to bring Tess in. Boom, we got Tess, but I'm going to mute Tess. I'm going to mute your mic, okay?
That's fine.
All right. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm going to bring a couple of people in over on TikTok. And we are going to get this conversation started. So guys, once we get you in here, please, mute your mic, and we will get this conversation rolling. All right. Tess, I'm sending you a request to come off mute first. Tess, how are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yes. YouTube, Twitch, can you guys all hear Tess? No issue? Waiting for a reply.
Am I good?
Yep, they said you're good. All right, Tess, wonderful. Tess, can you tell the people what is your overall political ideology, and what do you think about the current state of our country?
I'm mostly anti-Trump right now, but I sit on more to the left, although there are some things the right I'm at. I grew up very Republican, but a lot has changed since we grow up. You know, when you grow up, you grow, your ideology grows. But I travel internationally regularly, and it is we're a joke.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Tess, since you're over on YouTube, and I know you, I'm going to trust you to mute and unmute yourself. So I'm not going to mute you. I'll let you handle that. But if you don't mind, go ahead and mute yourself for me, please.
I don't have a mute button on here. I'm seeing that, but
okay.
I am in my bedroom by myself, door closed.
Okay.
So
all right. Well, we'll just leave you off mute, and if anything happens, then I'll mute you. Okay.
Sure.
All right. Perfect. American Advocate, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Good. American Advocate, can you tell the people what is your overall political ideology, and what do you think about the current state of not only our country, but the world?
Yeah, so I'm libertarian. I'm not happy with what's going on in the world. I think the war is unjustified. I don't like foreign intervention. I think the state of the world is pretty bad right now.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Give me 1 second. Swan. Hey, Swan.
Hey, Santana, how are you?
Wonderful, Swan. I'm going to put you on the spot and make you answer this question too. What's your overall political ideology, and what do you think about the current state of our country and the world as a whole?
My political ideology is far left, the furthest left that you can go. Down with capitalism, down with Western imperialism, down with electoral politics, W socialism, W communism. I think for me, it is always going to forever be about the liberation of everyone that's marginalized. There's no excuse for us to live in a country to where we have, more food that we throw away than what we consume. So for me, I just don't want to see people harmed anymore. But yeah, the furthest left you could possibly go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Perfect. And let's see, last but not least, Angel. Angel, how are you?
Hi, Santana. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Good. Angel, can you tell the people what is your overall political ideology and what do you think about the current state of our country and the world as a whole?
I identify myself as a leftist. I completely disagree with the state of the world right now. I completely disagree with the global intervention we have. And I already told my friends, if you don't hear from me like in a year, it's because I went to jail, because I'm not going to war.
Yeah. Listen, I absolutely understand. Perfect. Give me 1 second here. All right, guys, a couple of quick things. This is for the people that are on the panel. Please, even over on YouTube, even if you join from Twitch or Instagram, please be mindful of TikTok friendly language. What does that mean? That means that we use words like pew, unalive, C19, mustache man, things that will not only protect your TikTok, but it will protect the live as a whole. Please also be mindful that this is a safe and friendly community. What does that mean? That means that we don't deal with any of the isms, racism, sexism, classism. We also don't do any of the phobias, homophobia, transphobia, none of it. We don't play it on the panel nor in the chat. Speaking of the chat, guys, please remember, caps are for mods. Please do not use caps because it will draw my attention away from the panel and down to the chat. And we want to make sure that we're able to have these conversations. Also, I'm going to keep resetting the daily gift goal to the little 1 cent gift goals. It'll help boost live, push us out to the FYP and get more people in here. Make sure you share the live once or twice, not a lot, once or twice. That'll help boost the live, but repost the live. That's super important. Last but not least, what we do here, if you enjoy what we do here on late nights, if you want to help support late nights, if you want to keep it going, keep the panel discussion going, please consider donating. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Thank you for the cake. Or if you're on YouTube, you can send a super chat. I will read that out. That is the best way to support the live. All right, we're gonna get it going. American Advocate, why did you run? The one time that I let him up and I was actually going to come to him first because I actually wanted to hear from him, kind of just proved that, he might actually really just be a troll. He might actually just be a troll. I mean, this is the one time that I literally wanted to hear from him and I was going to give him the floor first. Wow. All right. In that case, Tess, are you there?
I am.
Thank you for the galaxy. Tess, I'm going to start with you because you said something that was super interesting to me. And you said that you have traveled the world and you said that we are a joke on the world stage. Tess, understanding what the current political climate is, but not only the political climate, but the fact that everybody's kind of on edge. No, American Advocate, stop it. Get back up here. I actually do want to hear from you, specifically on your point. I want to hear from you on that point. But Tess, can you tell me what's your understanding as far as the reasoning behind this current conflict from with the U.S., with Israel, and with Iran? And have you been able to get a feel from anyone that's outside of the U.S. as far as what they're thinking with this conflict?
Yeah, with the conflict, I mean, yeah, there's I have friends Canadian, I have friends in Australia, I have friends in New Zealand, all that I've met through travels, and there's several other countries, but it's not good. There's one guy I spoke to who lives in England, and he's like, "Are y'all okay over there?" I was like, I mean, I'm okay. I'm rural Texas. They don't even know where I am. So he was very concerned because, I mean, everything that the US does typically touches globally too. And the moves that we're making right now are going to have a lasting effect. Not just short term, but long term, of course. But it may draw in major countries that are very well known. You know, of course, England, NATO, potentially, if this draws out. And it's concerning. It's very concerning. And it's the fact that the person that's holding our office right now is the biggest thing I hear about that. The biggest thing I hear about the person holding office is he was a celebrity. Why did y'all put a celebrity in that seat? You know, I heard that the first term from 4 different people in Australia. I heard that from my friend the other day. And it's just, that's kind of what I mean when I say we're a joke, is because I see so many of my international friends just commenting about it on the other social media centers and things like that. Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah, no. I think that it's really interesting to see the privilege that we have as Americans, and the fact that not only are we, and for lack of better words, I'm just going to say it, we have the ability to lean into stupidity in the sense of, for some reason, thinking that we don't need a actual politician to run our political system. But then it also speaks to the fundamental distrust that apparently we have within our system, that we think that finding someone that is quote unquote successful in another field or is a bigger than life star is the way to go. So I think that's super interesting. Thank you for that, Tess. Guys, really quick, W's in the chat for Pink. Pink just became a sub over on Twitch. Massive W's in the chat for Pink. Thank you so much for becoming a sub over on Twitch, Pink. Swan, coming to you, kind of following up on that, because I know that what you do, especially with your space, your lives, a lot of times you have global reach, right? And so I would love to have an understanding as far as what type of feedback that you may have received, especially with any of the people that you do work with globally. Like, how is what's happening currently impacting other people that you try to help on a daily basis?
Yeah, so I don't think a lot of people know and understand how what's happening in Sudan, which is the worst humanitarian crisis on record, after there's a place called El Fasher within Sudan that fell to the Rapid Support Forces, the RSF, who's out there, and they unalived thousands of people in less than 48 hours. The reason why is because if you can unalive a group of people on a land, then you don't have to worry about them fighting back against you when you want the resources. And it's unfortunate, but these resources are what is going into building up Dubai, right? Now, here's the other part to all of this, right? Because the UAE obviously is responsible for this. They're funding the RSF, but guess who's funding the RSF? We are, the West. We're the ones doing it. I think that when we take a look at what's happening globally, especially with Iran right now, there is something saying that they have, and I want to clear the air on this because it's really problematic when people get this wrong. They have a saying, and I'm not going to pronounce it correctly, but it's Marg Bar America. And that means unaliving to America. But that statement, right, really truly refers to Western imperialism and American imperialism, because that is the only thing that the United States has ever mastered, is just imperialism, right? And the exploitation of other human beings. So I think it's important for people to understand that they have a very different view of what has taken place. People probably don't know that we are the reason as to why they even started the pathway to getting WMB or MDs, right? Y'all know when I say that. People don't know, right, that we went in and messed things up because we did not want them to nationalize their resources. People probably don't know that the reason why there are so many U.S. military bases around that area is because we've been antagonistic this entire time, right? And I'm gonna give a hot take. 9/11 was not an attack, it was a response. It was a response. A lot of people don't necessarily understand that. The perspective of those that have been harmed by American imperialism is one where you have people who have become radicalized, so much so because they cannot take the trauma that they've had to endure for so long. And I think it's important to take that into consideration. And not paying attention to Sudan, not keeping eyes on Sudan, not helping people in Sudan right now with their G side is what led to Iran dealing with what they are dealing with right now. It's all connected. So it's important for people to educate themselves when it comes to geopolitics. But yeah, that's all I got.
Absolutely, absolutely. Perfect. Thank you, Swan. Guys, for the people that just came in, welcome in, guys. As we get in, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. This is Late Nights with Santana. This is a panel discussion where we are taking a look at where we are currently. We're taking a look at the current global status. We're taking a look at the issues that we have at home. We are taking a look at the electoral politics that we are engaging in. And last but not least, we're going to take a look at what we can do to actually fix the things that we have. So if you are interested in joining the conversation, go ahead and request up. You do not have to be a quote unquote op to join this conversation. You just have to be ready to engage in the conversation, to join the conversation. And if you are watching from YouTube or Twitch, there is a link that's in the pinned message, and you can actually just click that link and you can join the conversation as well. So if you are someone that's watching, you've always wanted the opportunity to actually join these conversations, then please go right ahead, join the conversation. All you have to do is request up. I'm going to get people in and out as quickly as possible. Last but not least, make sure that we are doing the wonderful things, right? Tap the screen, share the live. Let's get the likes up to 50,000 likes. Send your daily heart me, knock out the daily gift goal. It's the little pink heart puffs. It's the little 1 cent heart puffs. And if you like to support the live, if you like the information, education, entertainment, if you like what we do here at Late Nights, please consider donating. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links in the link tree in the bio. Over on YouTube, you can send a super chat. Angel, coming to you. Angel, there's a lot of people that are, it's been kind of an interesting response across the board as far as what is or is not happening, who is or is not responsible. And the one thing that I think that a lot of people don't have a clear understanding of is the global response. And something super interesting that I notice is not only are other countries being pulled into this conflict, right, that started between Israel, the US, and Iran, but also the fact that other countries are starting to bolster their military even more. And it's something that's been happening under the Trump administration, right? Since Donald Trump has been someone who is pulling away from NATO and saying like, hey, you guys need to do more. Other European allies are starting to focus on their military. Angel, do you think that this is just the start? Because I kind of feel like this is like, while we may be talking about this one conflict, it feels like the actual global conflict is getting ready to ratchet up, or is it just me?
No, you're totally right. That like this seems just like the beginning. What I define this is like a change, like of phases. We're transitioning to a different era, where like I feel what's happening with the politics, like especially in the United States, who is the main focus, like globally, and is supposed to set the standard right, is shifting with all the stuff that is going on right now, like Epstein files on the conflicts that we're getting involved with, like housing crisis, like wealth disparity. All this is leading to new generations being more aware, and it's creating more conflicts because people is becoming more it's becoming less conforming. So everyone is like getting tired of like thinking like, oh, my country is gonna get better on the next day. When we as a nation keep intervening with their governments, we keep like taking their resources and they get nothing in exchange.
Yeah. That's something that has always been super interesting. And like, Angel, maybe I'm off base. It seems like a lot of Americans feel like, this is my perspective, but they feel like that we're entitled to those resources of other countries.
Yes, I believe that's because how the United States was founded, and like this all started with like the genocide of the natives on colonizing, like on taking the resources of like whoever like we wanted. uh, is one of the main causes. Like the whole civilization feels like entitled to take from others. I mean, like it's just what it is. Like people try to like find a more complex way to explain it, but I feel like the entitlement comes from like a generation of like passing this entitlement on from generation to generations.
Yeah. I think there's a lot to be said about that. And when we can talk about American exceptionalism, we can talk about like certain privileges. But I think that's absolutely true. And which is a shame that a lot of people here within our country can't see outside of ourselves. And we think that, of course, the United States is the center of the world. And I think that's harmful. All right, Caroline, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good. Hey, coming to you. Speaking of thinking that we're the center of the world, we're not the center of your world. Caroline, I know we kind of talked about this a little bit last week, but we didn't get to finish the conversation. And even more so, there's been a lot that has happened in a whole week. Caroline, what's happening on the global stage? What are you seeing or hearing, in and around Germany? And is there anything else that you would like to let people know who are here in the U.S. as far as any type of chatter coming from other countries that are outside of the U.S.?
So the main thing I noticed is just how people are going more to the right side of politics again. In fact, for you, it's still the 8th of March. For me, it's already the 9th, so I'm talking about yesterday. We had the state elections for my state.
I remember you said that you guys were having elections. Yeah.
Yeah, and well, let's just say my city had like 50% for the far right in votes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the problem is, one, I don't know how it's in other parts of Germany, but I know that there is a tendency to the right. But the bigger issue is that we are so connected in this time and age that we are seeing what's happening over there in America and what's happening in Iran. And I just think that especially the right movements are getting, let's just say, empowered by seeing, well, Trump just doing whatever he wants. Yeah, and well, I was a bit bad at wording it the last time and a bit aggressive, so I apologize for that.
No, you're good. You're good. One follow-up question I do have for you, because that's super interesting. What do you think is forcing that actual shift to the right? Because like there could be a lot of things. Is it a response in the sense of like, oh, they have this quote unquote strong man and we need a strong man? Or is it more like, oh, we like what they're doing? Like, do you know any of the reasoning behind that shift?
So partly it's obviously the current conflict, especially that Israel is a part of it. And the fact that almost 100 years later, Germany is still kissing their ass and people are getting tired of it.
Yeah.
Sorry. But so that is a point. And as I said, I don't remember when, but as I already said once, it never really left Germany. It was always there, and over time it just grew stronger again with each conflict. It kept creeping back in because they thrive on conflict. because that's when they know people are the most vulnerable, when they know how to get them to swing to their side. So it's a combination of a lot of factors.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the tendency, sadly, is there, and I see it all over Europe, and well, especially in Germany because I live there.
Yeah, I think that's super interesting to talk about. I didn't think about the connection as far as the like the remnants of people who are in Germany, the history when it comes to the Nazis, and then even more so the overwhelming aggression that the state of Israel has engaged in, which has centered them alongside the United States as like the bad guys for other countries. And so like that makes sense that anyone who was holding on to the like the history, the roots, or anything along those lines, they would like this would be their time to shine. And so last question I have for you, Caroline, is there anyone pushing back? Like are we seeing anyone anyone within the political system, either in or around Germany, Europe, or whatever, that you feel good about, that's like standing up and fighting back? Because I heard what Emmanuel Macron had to say, and like I don't really agree with the way that he's approaching it. Like I understand his approach, the fact that France is now saying that they're going to start making more nukes and they're not going to disclose it anymore. Like I think that's dangerous, but I guess that's something. I don't know. What is there anyone from your side of the pond that you feel like is stepping up and really combating this the right way?
Well, I'd say they are trying. The problem is the more they try, the worse it usually gets, because, well, they mess up and the path forward right is just getting flatter to just get more people. And but they are trying. We have to grant them they are trying. The problem is that they are doing it in ways that first of the people can't really follow why they're doing it like they're doing it, and that it usually doesn't work.
Yeah.
But I know, especially with the right rising in Germany again, they're actually for once using our constitution to find ways to not stop them directly, because that's a whole other mess for us here to do, but to make it harder for them. But at the same time, they are messing up, especially our chancellor, which is making it easier again. So they're trying, but yeah, it's trying.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, perfect. Thank you, Caroline. All right, guys, to the people that are watching, we're getting ready. I'm going to start bringing new people in here in just a moment. So if you're in the request, hold tight. I promise you I'm going to get new people in. If you're interested in joining this conversation, go ahead and request up. You do not have to be a quote unquote op. This is a open panel discussion for each and every one. And just an FYI, there's only one person over joining from YouTube right now, and that's Tess. So if you're over on YouTube, if you're over on Twitch, you get a fast pass to join in the conversation. The quickest way for you to get up there is to join the link over through YouTube, Twitch, or Instagram, but you can also join here on TikTok, and we can still talk across the board. Last but not least, guys, we got the 1 cent, the little music notes, the daily gift goal. If we can knock those out, keep tapping the screen. Let's get the likes up to 100,000 likes. We're driving the main account to 100,000 followers. We're at 95,000. So look up at the top. If you see the word follow, you're not following me, hit that follow button. And if you like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links and Linktree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Over on YouTube, you can send a super chat. Tess, coming back to you. Before I go ahead and swap you out, Tess, understanding, like, I don't know about you, but listening to what Caroline just had to say, especially having me, someone who has a historical view of the world, and someone who's traveled, someone who understands that it's not all about us. With what Caroline just said, is that like sending off alarm bells for you, or am I tripping?
No, 100%. Yeah, it sends off alarm bells for sure, because realistically, the imperialism that America was founded on it has passed down through generations and is still showing full effect in this current government and this current administration. And it's not even just that, it's every little aspect of this administration. There's people that are empowered and that I'm seeing, and through some of my friends in Canada who are scared of an outbreak coming there. Because we have outbreaks of these dormant diseases that are happening all over. They're afraid of it because, we can travel anywhere, but not everywhere can travel to us. So we can take our diseases anywhere. Measles, for instance, polio, we're seeing outbreaks. And this is just one instance. This is just one specific targeted group, but you can expand it into every part of the administration. But it's empowering people all over Canada to say, hey, look at what RFK Jr. is doing and such and such. I am seeing that, but I'm seeing a lot of people scared at the same time. And again, you can change that into pew pews. You can change that to immigration. You can move that all across the board. I think the thing that kind of separates us a little bit from any other country is the e-files. And the fact that there are no ongoing investigations into any of these people except for what Congress is doing. But yet there's people all around the world who are being arrested, being detained, there's investigations in every other part of the world for something our government put out there. That speaks volumes.
Yeah. I that's something that I've spoken about multiple times, and it absolutely is mind-blowing to me, the fact that we have other countries that are absolutely stepping up and addressing the people connected with the Epstein files, but for some reason our political system, who was passed the law and said that it had to be done, still has not fully done it, and held no one accountable. So I completely get what you're saying, Tess. But Tess, thank you so much for coming up. Thank you for using the YouTube.
Can I say one thing?
Floor is yours. You got it.
Everybody on YouTube, it is the second link in the pinned comments.
Yep.
Or in the pinned message. Second link, and you can come up here. Like he said, you got a fast pass. You have no mute button, so go somewhere quiet. But it's so easy, and it is just a conversation you're having.
Absolutely. Also, I can mute you guys if you need me to. So easy peasy. All right, Tess. Thank you
so much. Have a good night.
YouTube. Absolutely. Thank you. All right, let me drop you down here. Boom, 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 boom. All right, guys, coming over back to Caroline. Caroline, I want to come back to you for a second before I swap you out. I would like to know, understanding that the world has become so much smaller, right? I don't want to sound like I'm all gloom and doom, right? I know that I can at times come off as being like, oh, things are not good. But I do believe that, there are some opportunities for us to come out on the other side in, better positions, but it's going to take a lot of hard work. Caroline, understanding that even with the US, right, our country is 250 years old this year. But when you take a look at the presence around the globe, other countries, other civilizations, Europe is way older. And so you come from a place that has a larger history of dealing with ups and downs and, authoritarians and different types of, political systems and all this other stuff. Is there anything that you can share with the people that's listening that may be, encouraging in any type of way, coming from a perspective that, history goes way further than the 250 years that we have here in the US?
Well, I want to actually repeat something that Dean said. Please, please watch the movie Nuremberg. It's a great movie, and it really gets into how the officers and high officials in the Third Reich were thinking, and not that they really that they were psychopathic and so on, but just normal humans that were still affected by what Master Sky and the people around him said. That's point one. Great movie. I watched it myself. I actually love it. Then I also want to add that wait, I have to think how I want to say it, because it's well, it's 4 a.m. for me, so yeah. We have to be careful. We have to question things we hear, things we see, and the things we believe, or others try to make us believe. And also, we can't just generalize things, because then we're already lost. The last thing I want to say is, and I'm still not happy how it came out in the video I posted on my account, but the core message I fully stand behind. Constitutions were made in a way that we can still change them. We have opportunities that our forefathers, the generations before us, left us to correct them or just completely redo them, because at least to large parts they knew that the world will change, so laws have to change with the people currently living. And so they left us with an opportunity to correct from our time the mistakes they made back then, because they thought they were doing the right thing. The problem is that we actually have to want to see that change happen, and we have to actively work to change things, because no one will hand it to us. We have to do it ourselves.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Perfect. Thank you so much, Caroline, for coming up. I appreciate you, and I'm going to swap you out, okay?
Sure. Have a good night.
You as well. Just for David in the comments, David, I think that your fragility is showing. I think you may not understand what's happening here, but this is a panel discussion. This is not a debate, and no one cares about the negative thoughts that you may have, especially if you are not willing to actually share your thoughts from the panel. So, David, I have muted you. If you want to have a respectful conversation, then go ahead and request up, and you will get an opportunity to share your voice. Other than that, you won't be speaking. W's in the chat for, oh, wait, hold on. Angel. Really, Angel? Go. Take the floor, and then I'll thank you. Angel, I was just getting ready to come to you. I think there's a lot of, I kind of mentioned this before, and maybe it's just because it bothers me. But here in the US, we're very self-centered. Like, we're very, it's all about us. The rest of the world revolves around us. And there's a lack of understanding from American citizens as far as how, like the things that we do with our political decisions impacts the rest of the world. But we take those things for granted because we say, oh, well, they won't be in power for too long, or, oh, there's another election, or da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Not understanding that the things that we're doing causes ripples throughout ripples throughout the rest of the world, but also causes long-lasting impacts throughout the rest of the world. Angel, can you tell the people why it's important to have an understanding of what's happening today and the long-term and wide-ranging impacts that they're going to cause if they're not smart with the decisions that they make?
Well, something I would like to say is like I got this information from you from one of your morning debates that like a lot of the decisions that like the U.S. government is making right now are going to have an impact for the next like 60 something years, and people don't understand that. People don't like think that okay, like what does this have to do with me? It's like maybe not with you, but your kids, your grandkids are gonna see like the horrors of like struggling with like electricity bills, water, clean air. All these issues are gonna come to us eventually. I'm 27-year-old. I don't have any kids because of like I been seeing like the problems are coming like eventually like to the next generations. So like what people need to be aware is like every piece of legislation like coming from like the city or county wise moving to like the state and to the United States is going to have an impact worldwide. Like it'd be like the type of energy we use, it'll be like the type of rights that we have over here. Why? Because like other places mirror or systems to base like their laws, their programs, their projects. So if we are the example for like everyone else in the world, other little countries are gonna like use us as an excuse. So like, oh, this is the right way to go because it's working over there.
Yeah. I think that and that's why when I asked Caroline like what was the response or what was driving that shift to the right. I think a lot of people, it's so interesting when I see people look into what's happening in the US and they say, oh, I support Donald Trump, and they're not here and they don't understand. And I say it, in a funny way as far as like, go find your own fascists. But I think that like people don't understand how harmful things are within our country. And, I think also people don't understand who are in our country, how harmful engaging in the things that we engage in actually, or exudes out to other people. But anyway, Angel, yeah, thank you so much for coming up. Thank you so much for sharing. And I appreciate you. I'm going to go ahead and swap you out. Okay.
Of course. Great race of your night, Santana.
Thank you. You as well. And speaking of Angel, guy, W's in the chat for Angel. Angel actually sent a $2 donation, and that's why I said that. But Angel sent a $2 donation, said, Ordinary Men by Christopher Brown is a fantastic book on how regular people became Schnazis and speak on what Caroline is kind of talking about. So if you want to check that out, make sure you check that out. Ordinary Men by Christopher Browning. W's in the chat for Angel. And again, guys, if anyone else like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. So Santana Speaks for You if you're over on YouTube. You can send a super chat. I will read that out. That if you want to support the live, that's the best way to do so. If you're in the request, I'm going to start bringing people in. When I bring you in, please, please, please mute yourself. We're going to start adding more people to the conversation. If you're interested in joining the conversation over on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, there's a pin link. All you got to do is click that link. Then you can come in and you can actually engage in the conversation. Also, make sure you hit that follow button. Swan, coming to you. I kind of hinted at what I was saying in the sense of like, people don't understand like the conflict that we are having inside of our country, and then even more like how that conflict ripples throughout the rest of the world. And I think a lot of people maybe romanticizes like the West and things like that, but how are they missing what's happening within the US? And what do you think about like the things that are happening here that start to push outward to other countries?
Okay, so I think the issue here is that the United States was created to uphold white supremacy and capitalism, which is transformed into imperialism. And we ignore it here inside the United States. So it also is going to be ignored outside of the United States. I think one common tool is propaganda. That's been huge, especially online. There's a term I'm going to use. This term is called colonial or post-colonial or imperialist amnesia. And this is when you see our history has been framed in a way that makes us seem as if we are patriotic. You know, we're united. We're these, you know, we're just this group of people who are all together. And what did they say out there? I think it was like united. What is it? Divided we fall, united we stand, or something like that.
United we stand, divided we fall. Yep.
There we go. Yeah. That saying, right? And it creates a sense of nationalism. But the problem is we end up ignoring the systemic issues and the marginalized people within the United States. Naturally, that's gonna be the case outward as well, where we create this narrative through propaganda that, you know, the country, particular place in the world is having a problem. Oh my goodness, the United States needs to go in and assist them. We got to go help them, right? Like, I hear people saying this all the time, and then we go in there, and when you really uncover the truth, you find that we did not help. You know, the people in the military have been convinced to go into these places thinking that there's something particular that they have to take care of, right? And then they get there and they find out that that's not really what's happening. What it is we're trying to find a way to take control of resources, and we're trying to find a way to also have a military base in a particular area so we can maintain control over those resources. And I think that's the nature of what I'm seeing happening right now, especially with Iran and other places. The propaganda is extremely harmful. And I'll give you one current day example of how this is very problematic. On February 19th, Donald Trump gave a discussion, or the press conference with the Board of Peace, and he was talking about what their goal was. He brought up the conflict, well, not the conflict, but the G-side happening in the Congo. And he claimed to have brought peace between people who are in the Congo and Rwanda, which is the furthest thing from the truth. Mm-hmm. People in the Congo are still struggling. 10 million people, over 10 million people have been displaced. And there is an aspect of this that, you know, where Rwanda is involved in terms of like, you know, pew-pews and things like that. But the reality is that Trump got himself in on a deal with Raytheon so that we get the United States 40% of whatever the profits are, meaning the G-side is going to continue. You know, so if they're believing what he says and they're not researching what's happening with the Congo, they're thinking, oh, well, everything's fine. You know, we went in there, we got a deal. It is what it is. But the reality is that Trump is jumping in on continuing the exploitation and dehumanization there, which is unfortunate. But yeah.
Yeah. I think going back to like the way that if you don't know, then you'll fall for the propaganda and fall for the fact that, like, you know, America, the US, we're the good guys. We're always fighting on the right side of history and truth, justice, and the American way and all this other stuff. But man, Swan, it's just propaganda. Like it's literally propaganda. I think that's an amazing point. Swan, I don't know what you got going on. What do you did you want to hang out or did you have to go? What's happening?
Doesn't matter. If you need the space, I can hop down because, you know, I'll be live next and I'll be on my soapbox then anyway. So
yeah, no, I mean, whatever
if there's other people that want to join, I don't mind staying. It's
the first night. You can vibe. Like we in here. You know that.
I'll stick around.
All right. Angel, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. Angel, really quickly, quick introduction. Can you tell the people what is your overall political ideology and what do you think about the current state of not only the US, but the world?
So I'm like very hard left. I guess I consider myself like an abolitionist feminist, even though I still got some more work to do. And the state of the world, I mean, when has the world not been in turmoil? But like, obviously now it's just accelerated so much with the actions of the United States.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I completely agree. And it's actually a heck of a good question. When have we not been? But yeah, great question. All right, perfect. 1 second here. Noah, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Wonderful, wonderful. Noah, can you tell the people what is your overall political ideology, and what do you think about the current state of our country and world?
Yeah, I'm a Marxist-Leninist, Pan-Africanist. That's usually what I say.
Like Dr. Umar?
Yeah. What does he say? Snow bunnies never. I don't know the rest of it. I just got the first part. I actually met him, Santana. I saw him in LA. He be in this neighborhood that I have family at all the time. It's crazy. Taking photos and stuff. But
did you ask about the school?
Do you know who he was with?
Yeah,
he was with Sukihana. If you know who that is.
I do. Anyway, Noah, introduction. I shouldn't have said what I said. Keep going.
Yeah, it's bad right now. But I'm not gonna hold you. I am cheering at Iran getting their lick back. When it comes to Israel, when it comes to the UAE, when it comes to the United States. I wanted to say something, but I know this is the introduction, so I don't know if I should wait. I can wait.
You can, if you, well, yeah, save it. Hold tight.
Okay.
All right. Really quick, guys. Wait. Jarrett, how are you?
I'm doing good, Santana. How about you?
Good. Jarrett, can you tell the people what is your overall political ideology, and what do you think about the current state of our world? I'm sorry, our country and the world as a whole?
I have to say that my political ideology is evolving. I would have said I was a leftist, then I would have said I'm a democratic socialist, but after the last 3 months of sitting in these communities, I'm convinced that things won't change until capitalism is dismantled, especially imperialistic capitalism. But I'm moving further and further left than I used to be.
Okay. And what about the current state of our country and the world?
Because Mama Jones is here, I'll keep this PG. I think right now we're up crap creek without a paddle. And we need to put together some paddles to get ourselves out of this.
Yeah. No, I couldn't agree more. Perfect. All right. Just a couple of quick reminders for anyone who's watching. If you're interested in joining the conversation, get up here. This is not a debate. This is an open conversation. This is a panel discussion. So each and every person is welcome to join. So if you want to talk about anything on the background, any of these topics, please feel free to get up here and join the conversation. If you're over on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, check that pinned message and you get up here. Like, I promise you, there's no one waiting on those apps. So you guys can get up here even quicker. Debbie's in the chat for Caroline. Caroline sent a $20 donation saying, there's also a good book mentioned in the repost on my account called The Wave by Todd Strasser. Definitely worth reading. Sadly, the movie was only available in Germany as far as I know. Yep. Well, you guys check that out. W's in the chat. I brought you up. Who is it? Alchemist. I brought you up, and for some reason you dropped, or it dropped you out, or whatever. But I'll get you up here next. But anyway, W's in chat for Caroline. If guys, if you enjoy the live, if you enjoy the space, if you enjoy the community, please consider donating. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links and Linktree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. It's the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. All right. Noah, I'm going to come to you. And I wanted to go and start talking about things that are happening in the country, but now I'm kind of interested in what you were going to say. So I'm going to give you the floor and see what you got to say, and we'll build from there.
Oh, I appreciate you. It's real quick. It's low-key in response to the question you asked, Swan, about the romanticization of the West. I think it's a great question. It's something I think about a lot. I think it's something we need to be countering, right? People have not fully reckoned with how depraved this country is, being the United States. And one of the things I like to tell people, because I don't think a lot of people know about this, is post-Civil War, I think people know that slave owners receive reparations, which is absolutely heinous. But one thing that happened was there was a mass exodus of slave owners post-Civil War where they moved to Brazil. They actually started a whole city over there that exists to this day called Americana. And there were so many of them that they have a whole ethnic group that exists to this day called the Confederados, right? And these people fled the United States so that they can continue doing slavery. And some of them were not successful in doing so. And so they ended up going back to the United States. And the United States repatriated them and paid them, right, to go back, to be naturalized. And I think about that all the time, because then it's like, I think about that when it comes to reparations, because it makes me think, I don't believe this country has the capacity to do redress for Black people or for any marginalized people, right? And therefore, when we talk about imperialism and what's going on right now, this belief that the United States would have the capacity to liberate women anywhere when they can't liberate people within this country, I think is like very, very, a kind of dangerous way to think of the US as like capable of assisting others when it hasn't even come close to doing any type of like real redress for the violence it's done and continues to do. Like, I feel like it's delusional.
You know, that's super interesting. And not to like, not to go too far off topic, but kind of to that point, the US has a history of that, right? When there are people who are white people, I'm just going to say it, who overwhelmingly engage in harmful activities towards the country in certain ways. And I always lean on like how, yes, the people in the that were part of Confederacy were reintegrated into the Union. I talk about how, those slave owners were given reparations. I'm thank you for dropping that knowledge on me, Noah. I didn't know that was a whole thing as far as them going to Brazil. But then also talk about like January 6th, right? And how the people who tried to literally overthrow our government, while some of them may have spent time in jail and all this other stuff or whatever. Oh, Kobe, you missed it. I'll have Noah mention it again. But the people that were thrown in jail, like, they've just been reinstituted into our society for the most part due to the pardon that was issued by Donald Trump. And there's been so many of them that have gone on to commit other additional heinous crimes. Noah, one, can you re-mention the what you said for Kobe, who just came back in? But also, why do we have a history as a country of doing that? Just like the people that should be facing the wall somehow always get a opportunity to just rejoin the country.
Yeah, can you hear me okay? I live right next to an airport and there's like a plane flying above me.
So we know your passport, bro. Don't worry about it, Noah. It's fine.
Hey, relax. So yeah, I think Covey knows this, but I was saying that like post-Civil War, there were a bunch of slave owners, like tens of thousands, that moved to Brazil because they were upset that they couldn't do slavery in the United States, or at least not in the way that they used to. So they moved to Brazil, and then they got reparations essentially to be repatriated back into the United States. And to answer your question about like why the United States has a history of doing this, I feel like the lens you need to look at the United States through is like a very intense desire to maintain slavery. Like that's how I look through the entire history of the United States, is devising ways to ensure that slavery exists, anti-Black slavery specifically, exists in perpetuity. I think for the United States to operate outside of that would mean the end of the United States, which is why it's something that I am in support of, right? I was thinking about your bottom right prompt, because I do think we need to imagine what would come out of that. But I think first, like, this country has to go. Again, people have not reconciled with the depravity of this country. The depravity it continues to engage in.
Okay. So it sounds like that's something that you're going to be bringing up on night 4. All right. Perfect. Thank you, Noah. Angel, I want to come back to you. Angel, understanding like what's happening currently in our country, right? And we did talk about like the romanticizing of what America is. But the reality of what America is, especially today, we are a country filled with people who, the average reading level is 6th grade reading level. We lead in like certain health issues because we don't take in healthy food. We don't actually engage in like certain positive aspects of healthcare because we don't have accessible healthcare. Accessible healthcare.
If we win 3,000, we can punish them like dancing, like that. It depends the score, but anything we can punish them. It depends with the score. I hope you understand. My English is not that much good, but it's so easy punishment. Yeah, we can punish them anything actually, maybe. If you can
Guys,
to
how good
support me,
dan kuda
we can punish them.
I'll give it and then the kebab.
Y'all are lame.
Maybe it's a Jersey thing. That might be it.
Yeah, because the only thing good that ever came out of fucking Jersey was Kevin Smith.
Hey man, I'm Paulie D.
You can kick him now.
I swear to God. I swear to God.
Y'all don't like Paulie D?
Now I'm starting to think you're not from Jersey. No self-respect in New Jersey and ever fucking mentions that show in good graces.
Hey,
those motherfuckers aren't even from New Jersey. They're from fucking Long Island.
No wonder your mother doesn't get
Most
you a
of them
birthday
are.
gift every year.
Most of them aren't from New Jersey. Who's from New Jersey? Fucking, I think what's his name? I don't remember other names. I just remember I liked Paulie D.
Let me ask you something. Where's Monmouth?
Where's what?
Monmouth.
Monmouth, like is that a town in New Jersey?
I'm just asking a question. Can you answer it?
I don't know what Monmouth is, if I'm being honest with you.
You don't know Monmouth County?
County. That's like Central or North Jersey. It's not near me.
No, it's east.
East.
Hold on. We don't do that in Jersey. It's either north or south or central, and some people disagree on central. We don't do east.
It's east.
I've never heard someone say East Jersey. You don't know every county in Jersey. You're not from Jersey then. Someone just said that.
You don't? You're not?
Hey man.
You're from Wyoming, aren't you? Chat, he's not one of us. He's from Wyoming.
I'll do the test right now. This will be guaranteed whether or not he's from Jersey. Pork roll or Taylor ham?
Pork roll? I mean, I'm the pickiest eater in the world, so I mean, I don't really get into food stuff. But
No.
People who use the
What
word
do you
pork roll.
call it? Is it pork roll or is it Taylor ham?
Pork roll. I've never even heard the term Taylor ham.
All right, he's probably from New Jersey.
I don't know what either of those words are.
It's
some kind of food.
It's a thing. It's a thing. It's from New Jersey. It's terrible for you, but it's fucking delicious.
It sounds like ass.
Brett, I will order pork roll from New Jersey, and I will show up at your fucking house and make it for you.
First of all, you dropped that accent when you talked to me in Texas, bud. Okay? I don't know what the fuck you were trying to say. Fucking put some drawl on it, bro.
I'll order the
gonna get the fucking
pork roll online. I'll order it and then I'll send it to you, and then we'll make it together over the TikToks, okay?
Hold on. I gotta talk to my chat real quick. Y'all hate me.
You just offended a lot of people.
No, you think I give a fuck about offending people? Hold on. I gotta talk directly to the chat. Chat. We are so close to knocking the goal out that y'all just made me listen to that. Do y'all love fucking making me suffer? I just had to hear two New Jersey dudes talk about fucking ham pockets or whatever the fuck they were saying. I don't know what the fuck. ham tails and shit, like Piggly Wiggly or something. I don't fucking know, man. This is bullshit. Fucking pork pies.
That it's basically how do you describe pork roll?
You don't.
It smell good though.
Yeah, I'm
You don't
gonna
like
head
pork?
out. I'm gonna head out. I hope y'all stay safe and have a good one.
Well, first of all, before you leave, I need a
Before I
few
leave.
promises, okay?
Oh boy.
1, learn your parents' birthdays. 2, quit drinking and gambling, okay? It's bad for you. 3, tell Alfred he's a dick. And 4, find better podcasters. That's it.
All right, man.
Oh yeah, and don't admit to crimes on the internet.
All
right. Be gone. That was like magic. I didn't even kick him. That was crazy. I wonder what the AI overview of this live has been, because it's been all over the fucking place. Listen, I will give that dude some props because he rolled with the punches really good, and wasn't boring. Real quick, W's in the chat to Hope, who sent $2 and said for the Christian collection plate. Yeah, we tithing, motherfuckers. Now I'm gonna get in trouble. My mom's gonna fucking text me and shit. Let me see. Boom. There it is. What is my opinion on the question? No, teachers should never be armed. That's silly.
Yeah, this ain't your regular panel. Nah, we speak the truth. Late nights with Santana and Mama Jones watching. Better keep it clean. Let's go. Late nights, truth in the convo. Everybody get a seat at the table. From the block to the books, we mindful. No screaming, just dreams in the Bible. One mic, one voice, we build bridges from the heart of the hood to the world's big issues. Politics, pay, different cultures. But the real ones listen before they rebuttal. Late nights with Santana. Yeah, Mama Jones watching, so keep it grown. Ain't about flexing, this a purpose zone. Santana hold it steady when it might get hot. But we ain't here to fight, we here to connect the dots. Yeah, late nights with Santana. You already knew. Late nights with Santana. Late nights, no static. No highlight reel, just the soul's reflection. No shade throwing, just connection. From streetwise truths to deep reflections, we turn hard talks into blessings. They say they run the game, we build new rules. We here to heal, uplift, and break the old rules. They kept us boxed in, divided by fear. But you find us lined up when the truth appears. Yeah, weekly topics, hearts wide open. No judgment, just motion. Real ones are talking, no cussing. Cause Mama Jones still watching, no front.
Welcome back, guys.
Yeah.
Welcome back. We're back. Sorry about that.
Already knew. Late nights with Santana. Late nights,
We're gonna get the people back in here that were just up on the panel. If you were someone that was just here, get back up here.
Santana hold it steady when it might get
back
hot.
up here.
But we ain't here to fight, we here to connect the dots. Mama Jones watching, so keep it grown. Ain't about flexing, this a purpose zone. Santana hold it steady when it might get hot. But we ain't here to fight, we here to connect the dots. Weekly topics, hearts wide open. No judgment, just motion. Real ones are talking, no cussing. Cause Mama Jones still watching, no fronting. Yeah, late nights with Santana. You already knew. Late nights with Santana.
All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Sorry about that. We figured out what the issue is, but you know, things happen. Things happen. Sorry. All right, guys, get in the box. We're bringing people back in, but keep tapping the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. If we can, we knock out the finger hearts, please, so we can reset and do like the little 1 cent gift goals. We will continue this actual conversation. We were still up on the panel and we're talking, and you guys could not hear us, but we were still there, right? So with that being said, again, get up here. Get up here. If you are interested in joining the conversation, if you were just a part of the conversation and you want to finish the conversation, go ahead and hop up. And also, for those people who are on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, if you click that actual link, then it will get you up here. So we will go ahead and get this conversation going once again. If you are interested in joining, go ahead and request up. If you like to support the live, if you want to help with the Wi-Fi fund, all right, if you want to help with the Wi-Fi fund, then you can support the live, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Pay links, and link here in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a YouTube super chat, and I will read that out. All right, Angel, you were just speaking. I was coming to you about the current state of our country inside of the U.S. and how a lot of people have misconceptions as far as what is actually happening in the U.S. And people seem to romanticize the country as a whole, but there's a lot of issues within our country. Tell me what you think and why you think this is actually a thing within our country.
That's really a good question. I guess I'd say like a lot of it really has to do with like ignorance and like American exceptionalism too. Like ignorance like about racism, about sexism, about like the dangers of like capitalism, right? The American exceptionalism with like this is the best country ever, we're the most free, right? Even like as kids we're taught that with no real backing behind it. And honestly, I mean, I was kind of thinking about this before, but I'd say it kind of stems back to like World War II and after, because World War II was really such like a unique war, I guess, because it's one of the conflicts that you could really say that there was a quote unquote like good side and bad side, right? And so after that war, you have like the rise of suburbia, you have the baby boomers, us winning that war, becoming like the main global power, and that like being passed down. I think that really contributed like heavily.
Yeah. I think it's interesting when you bring that up, and then also you bring up like boomers and the older generation. And Angel, about how old are you?
I'm 19.
That's what I heard it in your voice. I did. Angel, what do you think about the fact that there are people who, heck, might not even see, 5-10 years from now, making decisions that will impact you 40-50 years from now?
I think it's like the idea that like when they're making choices, they don't think it will ever like affect them or affect the people closest to them, right? And it never does, like good or bad, right? Sorry, wait, could you repeat your question? I'm so sorry.
How do you feel about people who actually are making decisions for you today who may not see, 10 years from now, making decisions that's going to impact you 40, 50, 60 years from now?
Okay. I mean, I would say it has to do with it all goes back to capitalism, right? Like what am I going to get right now from this decision? like, how is this going to affect my election prospects, right, in however many years? How is this going to affect, you know, my donors? Politics has kind of moved away from how do we help the next generation to what can we do to make the most, I guess, to have the most effect right now, whether that be good or bad.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing that I hate, and I talk about this all the time, is the fact that, like, for us to be so self-centered and to look for instant satisfaction versus like what's going to be left for our children and our children, like that's one of the most harmful things that we're dealing with. And, you know, not to let it the feet of all the boomers, but a lot of the older generation seem to lack that care, desire, whatever, to actually think about like the next generation. I think that's super fascinating. All right, one second. Jared, coming back to you. There's
Yes,
a
sir.
lot of conflict within our country, and the problem that I always have is that conflict ends up being weaponized and weaponized in order to harm the marginalized people. What are your thoughts on like the different identity politics that have taken the forefront here in our country, and like how people falling for misinformation, disinformation around identity politics, how that's like shaped where we are today, where people have misconceptions about, you know, the queer community, misconceptions about like what DEIA is, misconceptions about, you know, the gender wage gap, just like all of these other things, and how since they don't understand it or they believe the propaganda, they were willing to put their trust in someone who's divided our country even more.
I think you hit the main problem when you discuss that identity politics has been weaponized, because politics and decisions have ostracized and marginalized the lesser of us, or you know, the marginalized for so long. Identity politics at its core is necessary. I think politics that focus on the LGBTQ community, Black community, Indigenous, and so on, is necessary so that voices can be heard. There is, and I'll preface this, there is a theologian, Howard Thurman, that inspired MLK, who said that a group or a community will have their backs against the wall for so long before they start pushing back. And I think identity politics at its core is the pushing back, but it has been, like you said, weaponized to further marginalize, demonizing those that fight for their community, because I think at its core, the government should serve the people, and capitalism has taken over politics and made everything much more individualistic than it should be. Am I getting to an answer to your question? I just want to make sure I'm making sense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Also, but give me 1 second. Alchemist, I don't understand what's happening with your inability to wait your turn, or like being impatient, but it's not all about you. Like you have weird wannabe main character energy or something, but this is a panel discussion and people get opportunities to actually speak. And just because you hadn't got the opportunity at the moment does not mean that, you know, you spamming, waiting, or like all this other weird stuff in the comments. So I'm just going to leave you in the box for a few more minutes. I was going to bring you right back in, but you can wait a little bit more. That's rude and weird, and we don't do that here. So, like, cut the crap. Sorry, Jared, go ahead and finish up your thought. I apologize.
No, I think what identity politics, as you said, people have given into propaganda that has taken biases and used it as an impetus to fuel believers and followers that believe that their way or their experience is the only experience or the right experience, rather than thinking about the whole and about all those that are affected. But I think, and I guess Noah, I'm sorry, I know not to look at the chat, but
well hold on. I don't want to do that because I want to make sure that we are
Okay.
keeping it where we need to be and rounding out this point, because I do want to move it along. Overall, understanding that the point of engaging in identity politics is absolutely harmful, but even more so understanding how it's being weaponized and how it's being used against American citizens. That's where we're seeing the issue. And Noah, I wanted to come back to you for a second because you said something that was interesting in the chat, and I want to give you a chance to actually address that. You said it's important to understand the difference between identity politics and identity reductionism. Talk to the people about that for me.
Yeah, I can. I might say some things that might upset some people, so forgive me in advance.
But as long as you don't swear.
Oh no, I won't do that. Yeah, so like I'm someone who takes Black intellectual history very seriously, and identity politics came out of the Combahee River Collective, which was a group of like Black lesbian women activists who articulated their anti-capitalist, anti-imperialist politic in relation to their identity, and we're speaking about how their identities as oppressed people who carry these various identities inform their politics and their political work. And I think it's something that I'm very much for. Like I'm pro-identity politics. What I'm not pro for is identity reductionism, which is where your identity functions almost as like a proxy for a politic. And what it ends up doing, I think it's I want to do this. I'm going to say this to try not to offend people. I think it's like a noble like gesture. Like when people do the thing of like, listen to people of X group, right? Whatever it may be, listen to queer people, listen to Iranians, whatever it may be. Unfortunately, when you use that as like a heuristic, you are essentializing an identity, right? In order for that to be a coherent politic, the precondition would be that these people of this identity all share the same politics and ideologies, right? Because when you say like, listen to people of X group, you know, within any given identity group, there are people who have stark disagreements and contradictions. So the question then is, listen to who? Which people of this group are we listening to? And I think the issue is when you uphold that type of politic, what ends up happening is the people who have the ability to even speak on a thing and represent someone of a given identity, the fact that they're even in the room to begin with is usually a sign that they are not the most disenfranchised people of that group, right? And so you end up getting like people who actually aren't representative of the identity that they're speaking over, but because they have proximity to power in some type of way, these are the people who get the mics, basically is what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, listen, I think that's a great point, and even more so, like it's a great call out, especially for me, because I say that all the time: identity politics, and you know, I think of it in the sense of like people looking to weaponize it, and so I think it's a great call out for you, for me, or call in from a friend as well on the back end. But like I think that's super important to understand and know, and yeah, like that's awesome point. Thank you, Noah. All right, Angel, coming back to you for a moment, just to kind of round this out, and before I look to bring in a couple more people, Angel, understanding the Yeah, the actual impacts that are occurring, and when especially young people are now being told that, well, you need to worry about this and you need to worry about that, while not actually have people wanting to address the real issues that we're facing in our country, which is, a lack of affordable housing, a lack of a living standard, just a lack of human decency. Um, how do you fight that back as a young man? Like, because I think there's a direct target approach to go after the youth, and how do you directly push back on that propaganda, like impacting you?
For me, honestly, it really has to do with education. Like right now, I'm still in school. Like in particular, I'm obviously not gonna say which, but I go to a community college. So being in a community college and being around so many like diverse groups and so many different like backgrounds, it breaks the programming that like has been going on, especially like on the internet and just like in general, like in life, realizing that so many of these problems they're not individual based, that they're systemic, and that there are ways to fight back against it, is really, because a big issue is like there's so many people who don't know what to do, right? Like they say we don't know what to do about homelessness, or we don't know what to do about
house.
Yeah, sorry. Or what to do about, you know, like addicts, right? Or things like that, when like the solutions are kind of, if you do like a little bit of reading and a little bit of research, and if you really dig your head into why these things are happening, the solutions will kind of appear themselves. And that's how I've really felt.
Yeah, I think that it takes someone who's actually looking to actively make things better and actively search out solutions in order to like not be swept up in the propaganda. So I think that's a great call out and a great point. All right, Angel, thank you so much for coming up and hanging out here with us. I'm gonna swap you out. Thank you.
Yep.
Jared, coming back to you again. Jared, again, like I said, there is a fracture within our country, and the fracture tends to keep growing, and I see that across the board, and it's harmful, and even more so, it can be kind of scary. How are you dealing with? Because as much as we want to say, like, hey, as Zeus would say, we're going to throw the MAGA demons into the lake of fire, but like they're still here, right? I mean, these people who actively or willfully either look to harm marginalized people because of ignorance or because of hate, bigotry, prejudices, things like that. How do we actually protect our peace while also understanding that we have to engage in society?
Oh, that's a heavy question, man. I think I'll try to get to the protecting our own peace. Actually, no, I can address that right. There's can't be a conversation with everyone. There's a point where we have to realize that no matter how much we want the world to be better, how much we want to protect others, no matter how much we want to prove a person wrong, there are some people that you just can't have a conversation with. And to protect ourselves, we have to step away from that. But that doesn't mean you are giving up on the fight. It is knowing that you have to conserve energy for the true battle and the true fights. But the things that you do, the things that Swan and Noah and everyone's doing, I think that is how we continue to make progress. this is how we continue to educate, but it has to continue to be a grassroots buildup where we continue to build community that holds each other up, holds each other accountable,
Yeah.
that serves each other, but is willing to push back against the others that try to fragment that community. I mean, unity, not the whole big old phrase, oh, unity, we just need to be unified, because it's greater than that. But I know I protect my peace by serving and helping others,
Which
where they're needed.
Yeah, I think that's super important. And I think understanding like class solidarity, as Sala would say, is so important. But like fighting for overall unity within our community, unity within our spaces. What up, Brett Raid? Welcome in, Brett Raid. And unity within like the community of people that look to belong, hold each other accountable, and uplift each other. Like that's one of the most that's one thing that I absolutely love about our community. Not only do we like look to share space with each other, but we look to hold each other accountable, force each other to be better, and then also protect and look out for each other at the same time. I think that's something that's unique, that's special, and that's important. And Jared, thank you for being a part of the community, and thank you for being here. I'm going to swap you out, okay?
No problem.
All right. All right, guys. If you are interested in joining the conversation, get up here. Get up here. This is an open panel discussion. Everyone is welcome. If you're over on YouTube, if you're over on Twitch, if you're over on Instagram, you can click that link and you can join the conversation. You don't even have to leave where you are. You don't have to come to TikTok. You don't have to call a phone number. What up, Brett? All you have to do is click the link and you can join the conversation. Also, guys, W's in the chat for Tess. Tess in a $20 donation saying towards the portable Wi-Fi fund. Good to have when you travel too. Listen, I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling, and I also might be doing some really, really cool stuff for our community really soon. So maybe there is a need to get a portable Wi-Fi. I don't know. But W's in the chat for Tess. Guys, if anyone else would like to support the live, if you want to support the space, if you want to support the community, please consider do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. All right, Swan, I know you're hanging. Noah, are you trying to hang?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, all right. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. All right, Alchemist, welcome in. Can you tell the people what is your overall political ideology and what is your current perspective on the country and the state of the world as a whole?
I'm left. However, I feel like we're at a big, I hate to say the word turning point because I hate turning point, but what they stand for. But I feel like we're at a big turning point in our country. I don't know if you probably know this, but societies last an average of 250 years. And we're at our 250 years this year. So I feel like we're in a cycle where we're hitting a mark, where we're, I don't know, we're just hitting a lot of the things that, make us be like, okay, either we're going to survive or we're not going to survive as a country. And we have to figure out if we want to survive as a country. We have to figure out like how we sustain this country. I don't know. I love this country and I love my people and I love what, we stand for at like the root of it. But every country, they restart around 200.
Wasn't me. It wasn't me. My hands are in my hoodie pockets. It's kind of like we're almost at the end of a species. Yeah. It's just an introduction, but hold tight, Alchemists. We'll come back. I almost shifted to sparring mode. I had to remember this is not sparring. This is late nights. Trick, how are you? Trick, can you tell me what is your overall Trick, you got to come back into the app in order for us to hear you. If you can't see us, then we can't hear you, so you have to swipe back in if you want to join the conversation. Trick going once. Trick going twice. Drop you down. What up, Brett?
Nothing much, man. I just came up here to say what's up, brother. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I don't think anybody pulls off green the way you pull off green, dude.
Listen, hey,
like
ain't
real
I
talk.
clean?
Dude, clean as hell, man. I thought Outcast started singing and shit. Like it fucked with me, dude.
This is late nights, Brett. Holy smokes! You know my mom is watching.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I apologize, Mrs. Santana. But no, that's all I want to say, brother. I love you. I miss you. I haven't been around very often or very much lately, but
I know, like our schedules have been like crossing different paths because I've been on like so early lately, and then I'll randomly see you in and all that other stuff. So
same. I've been doing mornings as well, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm trying to get that work-life balance situated, but I'm gonna let you go so y'all can do late
listen.
night.
Listen, we got to get you back in here. I had a guy that full-blown made me crash out, and I'm sorry, guys. Sidebar. I don't care. I'm talking to my friend now. A guy who made me crash out like it's like a week or so ago, about a week ago, who literally said that he's okay with trading kids' lives for his Second Amendment right.
Oh God.
Actually, hold on. This is how it started, right? His friend had to get him to come up to debate me. And then after his friend got him to come up to debate me, he started off saying that he's not hateful, but he hates the pushing of, transgender people in the queer community. And then he moved on to Second Amendment rights and talked about how he is good with trading children's lives for his Second Amendment right, but he's not okay with trading his child's lives for other people's Second Amendment rights. And then he
not hateful at all.
And then he rounded it up. He finished it off by telling me how the KKK didn't start off as a hateful group, and they actually started off loving and doing good stuff.
Sounds about white. Wow. You know what? I'm actually glad that I missed that one, because I think I would have crashed out smooth.
Yeah. Well, I had to apologize afterwards, and I didn't know if anyone got a message over to you, whatever. But I told him about your story, and I was like, I hope it wasn't inappropriate, because I thought it was like so important to talk about and share, and exactly where I went. And I don't like to actually pull this out, but I had to actually grab this and show that to him. And he just didn't care. He didn't care.
You know, that's what it's for, though, brother. Like, me, my one mission over everything is getting Uzi's name and story out. So anytime, brother, I know you ain't disrespectful. So anytime, bro. I didn't get the message, but then again, I was moving, and then depression kicked in really bad, and it wasn't a fun time these past few weeks. So, but no, I bet you dog walked him.
You were about to curse. I heard you.
I was, and I'm like, no, I can't.
Yeah. Okay.
But
well, Brett, I'm gonna let you go.
I
and
appreciate you.
I'm also gonna call you tomorrow, because I didn't know. I knew you were moving, but I didn't know the other stuff. So I want to make sure we catch up.
For sure, brother. For sure.
Wait, Santana, tell the chat to follow Brett.
No, absolutely not. Wait, how many followers does Brett have? Because he has more than me. Why would I tell? No, absolutely not. No,
I only have 101.5.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 101.5. Yeah.
No, you guys follow Brett, of course. Always, absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, what did Kendrick Lamar say? I got love for all y'all, but I'm trying to murder you. Well, not literally,
I
but
feel
you know.
You know what? I'm going to come back with a Kendrick bar. F the top three. There's only top me, or whatever he said.
Okay.
You know.
Look, not Brett messing up the bar. Don't white man Kendrick Lamar, Brett.
First of all, I was trying to keep it respectful. Okay. I was being respectful. No, but I love you, brother. I'm going to go ahead and get off here.
Absolutely.
Much love, everyone.
Absolutely. Yes, everyone, make sure you give Brett a follow. He's absolutely amazing, an amazing person, and has an amazing story. Brett, I appreciate you. All right. Sorry, guys. Sorry. That was a whole. Sometimes I see my friends and sometimes I want to talk to my friends. Build a bridge and get over it. Big guy. All right. Let's get back to the conversation. Alchemist, I actually want to come back to you. I know you called him mute, but you can come off mute because I want to hear more about what you were just saying.
Okay, I'm here. What did you want to hear more about?
Continue to educate us. You was telling us like a bunch of stuff that I think that you think that we don't know, and I would love to hear more about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily assume that you guys don't know. This is something that I recently became aware of, but generally societies last for about 250 years, between 200 and 300 years, and the average is basically 250. And it's like, and I was looking up the reasons why this is, and I was looking up the reasons why some societies last longer than those 250 years. And I just had some interesting thoughts about that, and I had some interesting findings. And I was curious if you had researched into it and what your thoughts are on this fact.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. And I could tell that you love, like, you want to create good around you. Like, I understand, and I'm the same way. I want good around me, and I feel like, like right now we're kind of at a turning point. I hate the word turn, because when I say turning point, I think of Turning Point USA, and I don't like it.
What is Turning Point USA? What is that?
I don't want to describe it. I mean, it's a very right-winged organization previously led by Charlie Kirk, and now led by. He was a political commentator who debated people on conservative ideology. And
was he any good?
I personally don't think that his logic stood up to the test of time, or just other people's logic. But
okay,
yeah,
so now you have me curious. What was he about? Like, what was any of his points?
Well, he was anti-abortion. I didn't appreciate that, because I don't think anyone should tell women what to do with their bodies. Men haven't experienced the experience of being women, and I don't think that they would feel the same way if they had to endure what women had to endure.
I don't think that's really a thing, right? There's not a lot of men that like want to stop women from like doing that, right?
I actually don't know. I mean, they voted for somebody, and they vote for a party that is all about that. I mean, there are some people like Elon Musk. He's a big quote unquote influencer, if you will, in the science community, and also just on Twitter.
Well, that's because he's a genius. Twitter.
Oh, I don't think he's a genius. I'm sorry.
Elon? You don't think Elon's a genius?
No, I do not.
Why not?
I think that you have to have wisdom to be a genius.
Probably wisdom and self-awareness.
Yeah.
A lot of people lack self-awareness.
He doesn't have those things.
No.
Yeah, I think that's pretty key to be a genius.
Yeah.
You have to be self-aware.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, can I tell you what I was finding?
Hands right here. Wasn't me. Wasn't me. Also didn't drop her. Come on,
Yeah, that
Kay,
was really
stall them out.
disrespectful. I was learning a lot from that. and
She
you
was
cut out
cooking,
my learning
Noah.
time.
She was
Yeah.
cooking. I think that we need to let her finish. She was cooking.
Did miss one thing though. Charlie Kirk was a biological Christian man.
He was a biological Christian. Hold on, because I would really like for her to be able to finish her point. I want her to be able to finish her point because I thought she was spitting. I don't see you in the request. Hold on. Now the chat's moving too fast. Where'd you go? Okay.
Hello.
I don't
Where
know
did
what
I leave off?
you were telling me. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
The thing is that we're at a critical point, and there's like certain things that end a civilization, and there's certain things that save a civilization. Right?
What do you
So I
think
have a list.
would save this civilization? Because like,
You
I
want me
mean,
to
I would think
save
overall, like we're pretty good because I mean, like capitalism has kept us moving in the right direction, and you know, we like things are pretty good in our country as far as like between people. So I would think like we're in a good spot from those points, right?
Yeah. So I have a list of what hurts us and what helps us, and I was curious if I can share that with you.
Yeah, I would like that.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you like what hurts us is that the people in a society that's been around for 250 years, the people that are in this society right now, they're growing up inside a system rather than building it. So there's a critical difference.
What systems do we have here in our country?
Why? So we have lots of systems. I mean, we have like Social Security, we have like all the social services that we have. Like we have so many different
those
things.
type of systems.
Yeah, we have like those types of systems. So like people grow up.
Wait, so are those the
systems
that hurt us
exist.
the most in the country?
No, I'm not saying they hurt us. It's that people grow up in those systems, so they take it for granted. They don't realize that, they don't understand what it's like before those systems existed.
Oh, so it's like privilege that people have and they don't realize they have that privilege.
Right.
Yeah. It's a lot of people who don't recognize like how privileged they are. But yeah.
I mean, we all are. We're all very privileged. I mean, we all like have grown up with things that we, you know.
Yeah, because like there's like, come on. I mean, there's nothing that you can do that I can't do, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There's some things. Yeah, we all have our strengths.
We're all the same.
But
yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So like the other thing is that prosperity creates comfort, which means that people become so comfortable that they stop fighting for anything. And that's, I feel like, what we have.
Wait, why? Well, I mean, people should have the right to comfort though, right?
Oh, 100%. No, I agree with that. However,
yes. Okay, got it. Should have the right to
like
comfort.
These are just like the things that like kind of contribute to there's like a multi-part thing where people just, they have different things that contribute to the downfall of society. And remember, I still haven't gotten to the the things that save us.
Tell us, because I know that like there's a lot of people that want to like join the conversation. I want to get the people on the panel and on the conversation.
Okay.
What saves?
Let me speed it up. Okay, so comfort weakens shared purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're comfortable, you do not care what other people around you are going through. Okay, so I'm going to get to what saves us. Let me get to what saves us because I want to speed this up.
Mm-hmm.
So the ability to reform institutions. So we should always have the ability to reform institutions. Like I heard you talking the other day and you were talking about how you were like, we should have a new constitution, which is a very like controversial thought to have. To think that we should, reform constitution. And I agree with you, but I also have caution because I feel like, the people that are in power right now, like who would choose that? Like I would choose like the best scientists. I would choose like the best quantum physics.
I would too.
Physicists. Yeah, no, you would too. But the thing is that who would really realistically have that power?
But wait, you're talking about these institutions, and I agree. Like certain institutions that can go, certain institutions need to stay. Like prisons, right? We can't have all the bad people running around, so we got to keep the prisons.
Right.
Okay,
yes,
all right. I just wanted to make sure. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, please. I'm like with you on everything pretty much political. I think the Constitution thing that you brought up was very interesting, and the only reason why I resisted it was because of the people that are in leadership right now and the people that would have the power to choose that. So I think that's like the biggest thing that I would be like, oh my gosh, we can't do this because of that. But like, I just feel like, we do need new things, but the ability to reform institutions is what saves us. So we have to figure out what to do and how to do that in a way that is balanced and is not favoring the billionaires and the people that have all of the power that are running everything.
Yeah, but hold on. Like, I mean, I agree, but we also got to like realize that, these billionaires, they do work hard. And so while I want to make sure that it's balanced for people, like we still want to make sure the people that work hard to make all those billions, get an opportunity to continue to help the society.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm with you on that, but within balance. Like there's a lot of hoarded wealth that is not being redistributed, and I'm not saying that they have to give everything away.
No, absolutely not.
No, I'm not saying anything like that, because they have to protect their assets. They have to be able to defend themselves in a legal battle.
Because they're like they pay most of the taxes and everything in the country anyway.
Yes.
Yep.
They do. They could pay more. I think that they could pay more, and I think that it would help society. I think that it would. So let me get on to my next point. So
okay.
Leadership that. Okay, so no, let me do the second one. Okay, strong middle class. So social mobility. So the ability to move up and down somewhat easily with little or more effort. Not like you have to put in so much effort. But
I don't know if I would agree with that one, because like
what's been shown is like what saved them.
Let me tell you what I don't really agree with, why I don't agree with that, because like, like I understand, I think individuals in a class should be able to do like what's best for them. And if they can work hard enough and like they put in the time, energy, and effort, then they can become like, millionaires and billionaires too. I don't think there's a need for like everyone to somehow collectively class like get together and move or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't think that I actually agree with that one.
Oh, it's not like something that I came up with, by the way.
Okay.
This isn't something that this is like research that has been like done, and it's just like having a strong middle class is something that helps a society last beyond the 250 years is what we were originally talking about. These are the things that were found. Yeah.
I'm not going to interrupt you again. Go ahead with your next point, because then I want to let Noah go, because I know Noah has something. I want to let Swan go as well, because Swan has something. But go ahead with your last one. Go ahead.
One more thing. Last thing. Okay. So the thing that helps save us is leadership that prioritizes the long term. So not short-term wins, but long-term wins. So it's like societies that really do think about.
Ain't no way. Stop it. I think you accidentally got muted. I'm sending you a request to come off mute.
Okay, sorry. I don't know what happened there.
I think that was an accident. They were trying to mute someone else, and then they accidentally got you.
That's okay. Yeah, but like, I know it's like very obvious to you and I, but I think
no, not to me. I'm learning a lot right now.
No, I mean, leadership that prioritizes the long term. Like, you have to that's what's going to keep us going on longer. We know that. We know that. However, we've been built in such a way where everything is short term. Everything is like really quick to get. And like, I'm a millennial, and so like I didn't always have like quick to get everything, and I think that that's programmed me in a certain way.
Are you an older millennial?
I'm like, yeah, I am.
I'm kind of older millennial as well.
Yeah, I'm like 38. So yeah, I'm an older millennial. And yeah, I mean, I have lived in the previous era when everything wasn't like quick. And I feel like right now it's just very quick and we want to make decisions really fast. And I feel like if we don't like learn to slow ourselves down right now, then we're going to have to suffer the consequences of running and tripping and breaking our leg or breaking our neck or whatever. Like, I feel like we have to learn how to slow down somehow. You know,
Okay. All
just in little
right.
ways.
Hold on 1 second, because I want to get other people in here. I think
Totally.
so Noah, you have something to add, and then I'm going to pass it to Swan. I think that was I think it's perfect. No notes from me, but Noah, what you got?
Is it cool if I add to the save list?
Yeah.
I want to get Alchemist your consent for that because it's your list, but I did want to add to it.
Alchemist, is that okay?
I wasn't sure if this was like a collaborative project, but I'd like it to be.
I don't know. Alchemist, you're muted. Here, I'll send you a request to come off mute. Alchemist, Noah's talking to you.
Yeah, can I add to the save list?
What do you mean, the safe list?
Yeah, because you had a list of things that hurt us and things that'll save us, and I had like an idea for the save list.
Oh yeah, what's the safe list idea? Tell me.
Yeah, Santana brought up prisons. I think in terms of trying to understand what resistance to the prison industrial complex could look like, we should do crumping in front of police officers. Dance.
I hadn't even thought about that one.
Resistance.
Oh, yeah. That is a good way of protesting. What? No. Think about it. Like, that's a peaceful protest, and that's a way to show.
Yeah.
Like, actually, that's a great idea.
Yeah. I mean, I think we should have more fun. I don't think we're having enough fun.
Yeah, I don't think
we're not going to take down the prison industrial complex if we're not having fun doing it. You feel me?
I don't know. Like, some people are having fun. I think.
Some people are having fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, that was a good one. Swan, you had something that you wanted to add.
Yeah, you know, I think we just have to remember that it is always important for us to reach across the aisle, you know, to the other side. I personally use a lot of napkins and hand sanitizer when I do.
That's fair.
But I think
That's
we gotta make sure we think in that way, if that makes sense.
I do. You know, I get Alchemist, what do you think? I mean, like, I do think it's important for us to like try to bring those people in and like get them to understand that like we have to be all one. Like, we got to come together at some point, right?
I agree. I think that we do need to come together. I think there's a lot of anger for the other side on both sides, which is completely understandable. But you know, like,
oh, sorry, can I ask a question real quick? Just one last thing.
Sure.
Oh, sorry, was I not speaking?
No, your phone, sometimes if you swipe out, thank you for the glass. If you swipe out or something like that, it might mute you or something, but no, I didn't hear you. I don't know what just happened, but hold on for a second, because Swan was about to say something, and then we'll come right back to you.
Yeah, Alchemist, do you know what VIX is?
Maybe, I don't know.
Okay, no worries. That's all I had to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like to the question of like, should we reach across the aisle? And I think that a lot of people, they have a lot of pain and hurt on whatever side that they're on. And there's like a lot of forgiveness that needs to happen. And that's valid, you know, like there's been bad on both sides, and I totally validate that.
Yep. And a lot of times we're just picking between, the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, we are. But like,
but it is,
I do like, think that
it's the two wings of the same bird.
Yeah. It is two wings of the same bird, but like we need to come back to balance somehow. And I don't know how we're going to do that.
If we could somehow get back to like how life was under Obama, like that's what we need.
Yeah, but would there be people, here that would be like, no, I don't want that. Like me personally, yes. Yes. But like, there's
life was
going to be
good
people
under
that are
Obama.
like, no. Yeah. But
that's
like,
why. Have you heard people talking about like? Wait, have you heard people talking about like, oh, Trump might run for a third term? And I'm like, if Trump runs for a third term, then Obama will run for a third term. And we got, bury Obama in our court,
You think Obama is like, you think Michelle Obama is going to let Barack run? I feel like she's so like, no, he's not doing it. Like she just wants him
maybe, but I
home.
mean, like, come on now, like the men are the leaders and like, while he probably listens, yeah. So like the men would lead the situation. So I think it'll be okay.
Oh God. Oh yes. Yeah. See where we're at right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. I've been waiting for this person to come up. Hey, Kay.
You summoned.
I just wanted you to come up here for reindeer games.
I mean, this information, well,
not somebody in the chat saying, Kay, help. Somebody said, finally. Sorry, go ahead.
Not that this information isn't absolutely, utterly useless. It's the self-awareness.
Oh my God.
It's genuinely the self-awareness piece that's missing. I don't even know how you go on that long and not even for one moment think I'm educating these people on this panel things that they don't know or know better than you. And just keep going on as if I'm aghast, flabbergasted. And the pearls are clutched, and I don't even know what to do. I want to just make it clear for the record, I did try to save you all much earlier. I was not allowed. I did try to save you. But the amount of whining and moaning that you did in the comments to get on this panel and then pretend like you were going to talk facts over Noah and Swan and the other guests that have laid out significant things that need to be done globally is wild to me. And that you felt so comfortable going on. Do you really think that Santana has no clue who Charlie Kirk is? Who has no idea what any of the things that you were talking about? Do you think that he didn't know that, and it's not societies, it's nations that last 250 years, not societies. But did you really think that you came up here to school him on this? Because I'm genuinely so pearl clutched right now. They just broke. They're everywhere. I don't know. They just broke. So for your last 5 seconds, could you please tell us why you thought that you white-splaining everything to these fine folks in this live was something that you really thought we all needed to know? You're in the chat saying what? Unmute your mic.
I don't understand why.
Yep, you can stop right there. You could stop right there. I don't understand.
Please go. Please
no.
go on. Please educate
us. That was the whole
us.
sentence that you needed. I don't understand.
This is so silly. I don't know why we're having this conversation right now.
Because nobody wants to cross across the aisle. No one wants to unite with bigots. No one wants to do these things.
Oh, okay. That's what you think? I mean, I don't want to unite with them. Like, I'm on your side for the most part. I just think that there's like some middle ground that we have to find in order to survive.
What I'm not. Give me an example of middle ground that you want us to get to.
That's a really tough one. So, okay, so let's talk about abortion. Is that okay with you?
Wait, I want to hear this. I want to hear
I
this.
do
What's the
too.
middle ground?
I do too. I do too.
You want to
Yeah.
hear about this?
What common ground would you like to get with me on abortion?
So, by the way, I do not have like a super strong stance. I look forward to collaborating with you all on an answer. I do not have the answers
I'm
here.
sorry. I have an answer.
Okay.
Free and legal.
Oh yeah,
Anything
me
else?
too. I'm with you. I 100%.
Okay, great. Let's move on. Another topic that you want to find common ground on?
No, there's more to this besides the free and legal thing. There's more to this. I think that the problem is that we're not really educating, like, so the Republicans, they want to have abortions completely illegal. They want people to have kids against their will. They want all these things. I disagree with that. I don't think that we should do that. However, they want that because they believe that that's a baby and blah blah blah. But like the thing is that there's choices that made them have that baby, right?
I don't. Is this your first TikTok panel? Before I say anything,
Have
else,
you
is
have
this
you
your
ever
first time?
watched
Have you
any of
ever-
this?
Watched what?
Have you ever watched Santana? Have you ever watched another political?
I have.
guy?
I
you
know. I
ever-
watch Santana all the time, and I also
Then
watch
how
Dean,
is
and I
it
also
that
watch
you're
Parker.
Then how is it that you're sitting up here telling us all these things that we know already as if it's the first time we're hearing it?
No, I'm not. No, I know that you know this, but there are people that are watching that are on the fence. I'm not doing this for you.
And
this
those
isn't
people
about
should be
you.
ousted from society. All
Okay,
views
well,
are my own and not of the TikTok.
Okay, well,
or-
I think that Santana does this TikTok because he is like, he has hope in the other side. I don't think that he's doing this because he like I think that he's doing this because he knows that people are changeable.
Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
God, I'm like, am I okay? I'm seeing a lot of comments in the chat that I'm like so bad and all this stuff. I don't really understand where I'm on your side. Like I'm like literally on your side.
Please stop.
Why is my presence so irritating to you? I'm sorry. I don't
Maybe that's a
understand.
question you should ask yourself. Like
But I
maybe
want
you
you
need some
guys to-
introspection. Like you need to look inward. It starts as the famous poet Michael Jackson once said, "I'm starting with the man in the mirror." Anyway, go ahead, Kay.
Okay. So I think what you are failing to realize is that you have spent a lot of time going through all of these bullet points about the left and the right. And when we're having this topic right now, we aren't talking about the left and the right. The topics on the background are talking about what we're seeing globally, the dysfunction that we have at home here. We're not talking about abortion. We're not trying to talk
Can I
about...
say something? Can I say
No,
something?
you cannot, because Kay is in the middle of her sentence.
We're not talking about all of these things about trying to get moderate Dems or, whatever you want to call, whatever. We're not getting any of the people from the middle. We don't care. Leave them behind. Like, honestly. And again, all of these are my own, not of the Santana platform.
No, I'm rocking
But-
with you right now, Kay. We locked in, twin.
And
your
Kay,
sh-
I'm with you too. Like I do not have any Trump supporters in my life. I've blocked them all out. Like
Oh my God.
I really
Okay.
have.
You know what? This is what I'm going to say. Maybe this will trigger it for you because I really need you to. I need you to. hear.
I want to know. I want to tell me, Kay. Tell me,
You said
please.
the word "I" more than any other word that you've said since you've been up here. It's been an I think, I, me situation. This is what I think we should do. I think this. You are the center of this entire thing. You got that main character energy that was spoken about. And the fact that you thought you would come up here, if you've watched Santana for any length of time and thought that any of those things he needed you to educate him on is just
Kay,
wild.
like, can we just like take a breath here?
Did you need a breath?
I do need a breath. No, I want you to take a breath. You've been going on and on and on. What is the reason for that?
What would you like to come together on?
Well, first of all, I'm
Hands right here.
with you.
On me.
I'm really.
You're not
I'm
with me.
Oh, yes, I am.
Please don't speak for me.
Wait,
You
how
are
am
not
I?
with me.
How am I not with you?
I think
Please name a point that I'm
Alchemist,
not
I think
with you.
all of it. You like seriously. You when I
Really?
tell you, yeah, no, seriously,
me.
like seriously.
Tell me one thing.
Sure, slow down for a second. You aren't with Cade. Like I just got close enough to be with Cade. Like Swan and Noah are definitely more with Cade than even I'm with Cade, and I can tell you, you're not with Cade. The point that I'm trying to make is like you came up here, and whether you really understood what was happening, like the sense of entitlement that like from the whole thing of being impatient with getting up here and then coming up here and like somehow planting a flag in the ground that you had some groundbreaking, some shattering information, only to be, I don't even want to call it mediocre. Like it was like you said a bunch of.
Why did you say that I was cooking earlier? Why did people in the chat say low-key she was cooking? Why
we were
did you
being
lie?
facetious. Do you know what that word means? Being facetious?
Yes, I know.
That's where the self-awareness comes in.
Okay.
That's
well,
why I even
guess I'm
said.
not
You
self-aware.
remember? You're not. I even said that. You just didn't catch it. I literally said that. I said self-awareness is important, and you didn't even catch. You missed it. It went right over your head. Like there's so many things I said that just went like this. Like it all just went there. Like you missed it all. Somebody says she feels betrayed. She does. She feels bamboozled, hoodwinked, run them up, led astray.
Wait,
Santana,
y'all
late
didn't
nights.
y'all didn't like the save list? Y'all didn't like
I
the
know.
save list? Y'all didn't like the...
Noah literally told you we were going to go crump.
I don't understand why that doesn't like. I don't understand why that doesn't matter. I don't understand.
Before the whining turns into tears, which is super harmful on this panel, and we don't do that, I'm going to ask you to just take a moment, grab a piece of paper, because I feel like you have one close, and a pen, and start writing down whatever you're feeling right now. And then you can send me a DM, and we will talk about the entire conversation that was had tonight, and I will answer all of your questions. But we're not going to waste these good people's time anymore while you are up here doing this. Like, it was too long to begin with. I kept thinking at one point, she's going to be like, oh, wait, of course Santana knows what this is. I watch him. I know what the platform is about. I know something, but it didn't happen. And so we're now here. We've wasted a lot of people's good time. And
I mean, you guys have spent so much time talking shit on me.
Okay, and there are the tears. So you can leave now because we're not going to do that.
I am not crying. Let's stop acting like that.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Free her.
Mama's watching.
I'm with her. I don't care what y'all say.
Noah's gonna catch a magic trick. I told you, violence at all times.
Because I really, really, really like Noah, and I don't want to have to be an op with him. Like towards you, I like us working together as a team. I like us both being your op. But at any rate, we have a limited time.
Not her back in the request. Not her and Rob back in the request.
Justice for the blue bracelet baddies. Justice.
I swear I was gonna. I swear I was gonna mention the blue bracelet.
Right, but you know what I noticed? It didn't have a safety pin in the profile, so I marked it unsafe. So no safety pin, unsafe.
Good point.
But please, can we get back to having a much more intellectual conversation? With Swan and Noah up here, I know Boss Lady still needs to talk, and I know we're limited on time, but I absolutely, I know you like your fun sometimes. I know, but it was late nights, and I want to get back to it. All right, I love you all so much. Bye bye.
I love you, Kay. W's in chat for Caroline. Caroline sent a $5 donation saying, if you want to give it a mention, I posted a picture with my top suggestions of must-have / seen reds. I tagged you too if you want to check it out. Yeah, I'll check that out. W's in chat, Caroline. Thank you so much for that $5 dono. Got a $5 my top. I tagged you too if you want to check it out. Yeah, I'll check that out. W's in chat, Caroline. Thank you so much for that $5 dono, guys.
Chad, thank you for posting the highlight, brother. Those highlights really helped the room out. Sophie with the roses. Sophie taking the title of the roses. Let's freaking go, Sophie. Level 21 now, traveling passing. Level 21, let's go.
I almost made a joke, but I'm not gonna do that. I almost made a joke, but I ain't gonna even do that. I ain't even gonna talk down on Wiccans and white witches and like all that. I ain't even gonna do it. Management just said something. I think that like she might be cooking. Why is this not here? Management just said we might want to go ahead and hit that old dusty trail before anything else happened. So Noah, Swan, I'm gonna give you guys the floor.
Go ahead. No, you can go first. I was out of breath because I was practicing my crumping. Because I didn't catch my breath, so you can go first.
I'm telling you, if we want to stop police violence, we got to crump. There's no other way. Yeah, I appreciate you having me up here. I hope we could expand on the save list. I want to expand on the hurt list as well, though, because I feel like for me personally, there's a lot of things that hurt me that she didn't name. I don't know about you, Santana.
I think we first and foremost, Noah and Swan, I want to talk about how irresponsible it was for both of you to engage in what just happened, right? Because I think that understanding the platform and the space that we have here, it's important to uphold the integrity of late nights. And you two, with being staples of not only the community, but late nights, should always ensure that this show, this live is on track. I'm a little disappointed, and I understand that we're all humans, right? So mistakes will happen. I forgive you this time, but I think it is important that you guys take accountability for what happened. And even more so, we just ensure for the rest of the week that nothing like this happens again. Can we at least agree on that?
How very CEO-ish wage thefty of you.
Thank you for agreeing, Swan. Noah, are you good with that?
Yes.
I'll take silence as compliance.
Yeah. Sorry, it took me a second.
Just both of you be better. I just expect more from both of you. And the chat's disappointed in you guys as well.
I can respond. I caught my breath after I was practicing my home skills.
When are you taking it out into the field, Swan?
Oh, my right thigh needs a little work, and my left needs let's be. I can do a little bit more, Pilates for a couple days. I'll see. I'll give it 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
I almost whatever. I wish you guys, I swear I wish I could put the stuff on the screen that management sends me. I wish you guys could see the chat that she sends me throughout these lives. I literally wish you guys could see the stuff that she sends. Oh my God.
We have someone in the comments that's standing in solidarity. They said we calling it kente cloth crumping.
Boy, you guys going to hell. Oh my God. I just want to say, like, Kay literally almost shut all this down. I took a sip of my drink and then she gagged me. I almost spit it out on everything. There would have been sparks flying everywhere. Like literally sparks everywhere. Okay. All right. We had fun tonight and we talked a little bit. No pause. We talked a little bit, but we got to wrap this up. On a serious note, Noah, I'll start with you. I think there's a lot of things that we actually really need to talk about, and I know you kind of jumped ahead to the end as far as what you were saying when it comes to reshaping our country. I actually am super excited to hear that portion of the conversation. But like in reality, what's something you think that you want to either add or take away from this week in this conversation?
Yeah, I mean, I think when it comes to like geopolitics, which I feel like is a big part of what you have up here, as Americans, like if you are an American, you got to recognize that like we are some of the most propagandized people in the world, right? So I think it takes a lot of intentional study and research to really sort of like have an understanding of how this shit works. My fault. How this works. My fault. But yeah, I appreciate you having me. Thank you again.
Yeah, thank you for coming up and what you added tonight. I appreciate you, Noah. Swan, what about you? What's something that you're actually looking forward to either adding or taking away from this week?
I want to add that a lot of us have developed our political ideologies, and we think that we have become morally sound because of it. But if I was to ask a man who's a leftist, can you tell me what the femicide rates are? I don't know that they'd be able to answer that question, right? If I ask a white leftist, what are you doing to stop racism and are you racist? I don't think they know how to answer that question. I think we're seeing people who are not well versed in politics, seeing that the ways in which our society functions could possibly threaten their life, right? Yeah. And because of that, they've now decided, right, to get involved, but not understanding the difference between deconstructing and the developing of your political ideology, right? As a Black woman, there are plenty of white women who know and understand that this is harmful and problematic, right? But I wonder if those white women could tell me what the most marginalized group of women, which would be a Black trans woman, what they are experiencing in society, and understanding how their actions can be harmful to people that are within the same intersection, right? But at the bottom of that particular hierarchy within that intersection. And I think that that's something a lot of people struggle with. So y'all gonna start to hear me really come down, and I'll be all the way honest. I think knowing that there are people who claim to be leftists, right? And these people who are confused as to why and how things got to the point that they're at, I'll have them know they didn't dig their heels in enough. They read plenty of books. They educated themselves on some of these things, but they didn't necessarily deconstruct how they've been conditioned, right? So that they can actually apply what they've read and learned and understand. And I think that that's definitely something that needs to be looked at and criticized heavily when it comes to those that are on the left. I mean, with the right, I know what to expect, but with those on the left, a lot of people would say, yeah, I'm a leftist. I believe in democratic socialism, or I'm a leftist. I believe in, ethical capitalism or some shit, I don't know, something like that. And it's like, yeah, you're not, you're not. But I think that that's something that we really need to lean into and rip the Band-Aid off of ASAP, because we don't really have time to waste. And I think that if you are truly
wanting to see a better society, then you would understand what we mean when we say the United States must fall. You would understand what we mean when we say Western imperialism got to go, patriarchy, racism, misogyny, homophobia, transphobia, ableism, all of that has got to go. So yeah. Okay.
Somebody over on Twitch said today in chat said, "Gosh, she's so smart." Swan's okay. I don't know about so smart. Swan's all right. You all right.
You know, I've been trying sometimes. I've been trying, you know.
Yeah. So I know it's fun. I'm not gonna hold you. I didn't mean to do that, but I couldn't help myself.
You know, I kept thinking to myself, like, she really didn't listen to anything that we said. I think the whole time it was just, all right, they didn't bring me up yet. I gotta type it in the chat. And then even while other people were speaking, it was like, wait, I don't understand. And I'm like, hey, you didn't hear nothing? Wow, this is fascinating. I don't know what that's like, and I don't envy it at all.
It's when it's like you think you're the smartest person in the room, and it's Dunning-Kruger. That's what it is.
You know, you should have asked her what the alchemist and the thing was for, you know?
Oh,
okay, God. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Think about that. I didn't think about that one. All right, so you going live?
I am going to be going live. Yes.
Okay, we'll send you a rate.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for having me up. I appreciate it always.
Yep, thank you. Okay, maybe I played a little too much, but sometimes you gotta have fun. We don't have enough fun, chat. And she's still in the comments crying. What did she say? Hold on. I don't see it. What did she say? Not her being blocked before I can see what she said. Oh, man. Now, and I'm going to tell Corey was the one spamming the mute button. Corey was flat out spamming the mute button. Yeah, I told it. Corey was flat out spamming the mute button. So there's that. Ain't no yep. Whatever. I'm talking about yep. It was not accidental. All right, guys, we got to get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. Like, seriously, the rest of this week we really got to flesh it out, because the whole point of like this topic is to really take the temperature of like people. There's a lot happening in the world, and it is. It really is. There's a lot. Couldn't be me. Sorry, guys. There's a lot happening in the world, and I think that the big thing that I want to get out of this week is to have the conversation about like the things that are actually happening, how people feel about the things that are happening, and even more so, hopefully get to the point of understanding like like we can figure out solutions, but it's going to take all of us. It's going to take community. As Salo would say, it's going to take class solidarity. It's so much more than what we do. So it's going to be a lot. Well, we broke the thermostat. Yeah, we did. Nah, I don't know about that one. But we're going to figure this out. I just like this week is going to be about you guys, and it's going to be about the temperature of you guys, and it's going to be about understanding, honestly, are you guys okay? That's what I really want to talk about this week, because things are scary for a lot of people, and there's a lot of things that people don't necessarily understand. They don't know what's next. And I just want to give you guys a space to talk about those things, but then also talk about like what we can do for those things. So that's it. Anyway, we're going to get out of here. and we'll be back tomorrow, and it's going to be a good day. So let's go ahead and wrap this up the way that we would only wrap this up, because, you know, this is what we do.
Yeah, this ain't your regular panel. Nah, we speak the truth. Late nights with Santana and Mama Jones watching. Better keep it clean. Let's go. Late nights, truth in the convo. Everybody get a seat at the table. From the block to the books, we mindful. No screaming, just dreams and the Bible. One mic, one voice, we build bridges from the heart of the hood to the world's big issues. Politics, pay, different cultures, but the real ones listen before they rebuttal. Late nights with Santana.
Hey.
Mama Jones watching, so keep it growing.
Guys, we had a heck of a night. We had a couple of technical issues. We got way off track. We got into a bunch of nonsense. But honestly, this week I wanted to be about us. And that's what we're going to do this week. We're going to spend time focusing on us. So, yes, we're going to talk about important things. Yes, we're going to have knowledge. Yes, we're going to actually engage in intellect. But we're going to have fun. No, we're gonna make sure that everyone is, has community, and we strengthen our community. That's what I want to do this week. So, thank you all. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for hanging out. W Santana L Bugs. I know that's right. Thank you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the gifts, the taps, the likes, the shares. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being amazing. I love you all, and as always.